Alright, hello guys, welcome back to this channel. This is Ezekiel Akingbola speaking. In today's video, we are going to be looking at difference between the LLC and LTD. We're going to be understanding the business structure in Nigeria and taking a comparison between limited liability company, that is LLC, and the limited company liability, right? So let's look at it very quickly. Now, introduction is that the LLC, which is the limited liability company, is a very common company structure in the United States of America, right? While the LTD, which is the limited company, is a standard business structure here in Nigeria. So both of this, both that is both LLC and LTD, right? They provide limited liability protection to the owner of the business, right? So the key difference between the ownership is the structure, the taxation, and the public trading. So if you are registering a company in Nigeria, you are actually registering a company limited by either guarantee, or which we are going to be looking at later in the video. But the point is that it's going to be LTD and not LLC. Let's look at the different types of LTD in Nigeria. We have the private limited company, and this can take between 1 to 10 shareholders. And they cannot sell their share to the public, so this is suitable for small, medium scale enterprises, right? While the public liability company, which is the PLC, they can sell their shares to the public. They require at least minimum of 50 shareholders and is suitable for large businesses. Now, the key feature of the limited liability company, that is the LTD now, in the case of Nigeria, which is limited company, is that it has separate legal entity. There's limited liability for shareholders, right? That's why this particular LTD is limited by share, right, to the particular shareholders involved in the business. It also paid corporate tax between 20 to 30%. That's another advantage of it, or a feature of it. Perpetual succession, that is, you can continue even if the ownership changes. So it means that the business can still remain even if the actual founder of the business are no longer there to sustain the business. So we've seen businesses like Coca-Cola and so many other businesses, though those are public limited liability companies, that have spent many years, right, in being in existence even in the absence of the actual initial founders. So it must be registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. That is one of the major key feature. Another thing to consider is for the LLC, when considering comparing the LLC and the limited, is that LLC used in the US, right, while LTD is recognized under CAC, right? The next thing is also that the members are not shareholders for LLC. The members of that particular company or structure in LLC, they are not shareholder, while the shareholders own share in limited. I believe you get that. While also that the flexibility of tax structure in LLC is very flexible, while for LTD it pays corporate tax, and for LLC you have no public share trading, while LTD you have private limited, no public trading. Public limited can also carry out trade shares. I believe you understand the difference between those two structures. Now, the benefit of registering as a limited in Nigeria: now, it protects your personal asset from business liability. It increases business credibility, eligibility for business loans and grants, and also allows structured business growth. Also, access to corporate bank accounts and contracts. So there are some contracts you cannot get access to if you are not registered as an LTD in Nigeria. So how do we go about to register an LTD in Nigeria? Even outside the details I have here, you can reach out to me in the number I'll be showing later on to help you work this out. But meanwhile, these are the steps to be able to register your company with the Corporate Affairs Commission. The first thing you have to do is to choose the name of the business, and you check for the availability on the CAC portal. You can use the search.cac.gov.ng to search for the availability of that particular company name or business name that you are intending to register. I've made several videos in the past where I taught my students how to make proper name search to avoid denial of those names and avoid you from spending extra money. If you want to watch that video, you see it moving around here, or check the description below. The second step is that you need to prepare the necessary document. So the document include preparing your MIMAT, and that's the memorandum and article of association, your ID card, your address, your details, your date of birth, your full name. So all these details need to be prepared before the registration is done. Your signature, scanned signature, is also very important. And in case of business name, you need your photo passport, right? The next thing you need to do is carry on name reservation. Go to cac.gov.ng or pre.cac.gov.ng, create an account. Once you create an account, go ahead and I will be putting a link somewhere around here where I walked you through how to create a company, carry out a company registration. Very straightforward video, and so many testimonials have come from that video of people being able to register their company by themselves. But this, there could be a disadvantage to this anyway, because I've seen people that they get stranded, especially if the kind of businesses you are registering is a complicated business, and especially if you are under pressure and you need to beat time, so you need to send that registration to me right away, right? You can also submit registration forms online through the CSC website, which I will mention now, which is the pre.csc.gov.ng. You submit your name reservation, and once the name is approved, you go ahead with the registration process. And the next thing process is to obtain the certificate of incorporation and also get a TIN number, which is tax identification number for tax. Now, in the process of registration of your company, you must take note of key details, like put the proper object of the company, make sure that you have the proper description of the company, so that at the end of the day you would know the proper classification that your company is going to be. Not that you are into sales of oil and gas and your description is saying something else, that you are into fashion. Two contradicting nature of businesses, and it will subsequently cause you a lot of issues at later on, and that would mean sometimes you have to come back for post incorporation processes, which will cost you more and which you won't be able to do on your own because you are not an accredited agent. The next thing I want to do in my conclusion is to talk about the fact that limited liability company, which is the LTD in Nigeria now, is preferred structure, right? LTD is the preferred business structure for Nigeria and for legal protection. You choose between a private limited or a public limited based on your business goal. You ensure compliance with CSC and tax regulations. If you need help, I'll be available to reach. You can pay for consultation if you want me to walk you through your personal registration, or you send me a DM to help you carry out the registration based on my experience over the years. Over the years, I've registered over close to 1,000 businesses over time, and I have also helped so many business owners to start the business of registration. If you have any issues with your current registration, send me a DM, book a consultation session, and I'll help you sort out the problems. My name is Agmola Ezekiel, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Watch the next video to understand more about CSC registration. Thank you.